the in some
Damn.
cases when you think about it, in order to improve in art, I mean, you can do it on your own per se, but it helps to have feedback. It helps to have that second pair of eyes that'll see stuff you don't. They'll be like, "Hey, how about this? Maybe try this. Use the coil technique for this perspective, or maybe use these shapes to help construct the body more, or whatnot." It's
Yeah, I get what you mean. Like as an artist, we can only well, most of the time we can only see the bad sides, and we need someone else to tell us that the good parts, so that we can know how to better ourselves.
Well, one of the things is that you can do pretty well on your own as long as you can pick up on your own mistakes. It's just that I usually find that you need a second pair of eyes to point out stuff that you probably didn't see the first time around. Like, I can see the good things in my pictures as well as the bad, but I usually need someone else to point out other things that I don't quite pick up.
Yeah, I get it. And also, artworks aren't the only thing I can do. As a kid, I used to do animations,
Oh.
and
I try doing
nowadays
animation every so often, but it's tedious, especially when you don't have too much training in it.
I've also started doing chiptunes
Oh,
recently. I've only
I love
gotten.
chiptunes.
Oh, so all right. I'm gonna show you the ones I made.
Oh man,
The
they can be totally featured on this channel.
nice.
hmm Well, if anything, if I like what I hear, I might ask you to like if I can borrow them for my speed drawing videos.
That's okay.
hmm
I need to find them now because when I I make a project, I usually don't know how to name them, so I just type whatever I can on my keyboard. Like I just smash the shit out of it, and I go with whatever comes up.
That works. Says Abadaba. Yeah, that's the project for the evening.
Yeah. Then, unfortunately, the downside to it is when I try to archive my stuff and
Can't
try to
remember
tell
it.
which one came first and second, it's all over the place.
Yeah. Oh man, there's more people showing up. Yeah. Fix this a bit. Yeah. Becky and Linda does karaoke. It's part of the backlogs.
I gotta warn you though, the musics I make um, always have room for improvement because they're not perfect,
Well, that's the
at
thing.
least to me.
All forms of art always have room for improvement. Always, always. And if people say that there isn't, then they're lying to themselves and they're not an artist anymore. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it.
It depends how you look at it. There's a good way to look at it, and there's a bad way to look at it.
Okay, I still have not resolved this issue.
That's not good. How will you make the monies?
I guess I'll have to be a female streamer.
Hmm.
I'll become a girl gamer.
Oh man, you're already a girl. You're halfway there.
Yay!
Yeah.
I do play video games, but not enough.
Hmm.
I should start up New Vegas again soon.
Hmm.
What about Old Vegas?
What about East Vegas?
What about West Vegas?
Hmm.
This is
What
like now
about-
that I
What about Neo Vegas?
like started playing Fallout 4, it's like, oh yeah, I miss Old Vegas or New Vegas.
Even even myself, I've only played New Vegas for like 10 minutes before getting raped by a scorpion, and even I find some New Vegas to be better than the fort.
Yeah, it's definitely like better written, pretty well written.
Because from the basic mechanics, New Vegas has a lot more content. The stats gives a lot more progression, and the karma system is there at least, which prevents us from going batshit crazy and doing whatever kind of stuff we want to do without the repercussions.
That's what multiple playthroughs are for.
Yeah, except in Fallout 4, you only have to make one playthrough to see the whole thing. You don't have characters that hates you for what you do, because whenever you do something else, they just forget about the things you've done, and they're like, "Welcome, traveler. What can I do for you?"
Massacre, you guys.
We still have the bodies in the garbage bin in the back.
1 second. Yeah, Lux, I finished your picture earlier. Here, you can take a quick look at it. I'll leave that up for a moment while he looks at it, so I'll check messages.
What's that on the bottom that's like more thickly outlined?
That's like the roof of her house.
I see.
There. Okay, move back to over here.
If mode starts when
I need more like thunder and lightning over here. Yep.
very, very frightening.
I can't seem to find the to be able to find the one I was talking about. I hope I didn't overwrite it.
Oops.
I worked really hard on it.
I'm sure it's there. It's just, yeah.
Is there? Whew. I just couldn't find it because I've got so much files around, and each one of them is named differently. So
Oh, it's a little easier with naming pictures since it's just what's in the picture. This. Okay, done.
yeah. What I'm trying to do nowadays, with the music I make, is I named them. I basically named them the date I finished them. So the last one I made is named 2017 August 27th.
Yeah,
It's a
I
lot
would
easier.
never remember that. Especially since I was terrible at remembering dates in history class in high school.
It's just it's less about remembering which one was made. It's more about knowing which one was made last and which one was made first, so that I can put them in correct order and see how much progress I've made.
Good way to do it.
Yeah.
Becky's not allowed to speak around Linda, even during karaoke night.
What'd she do this time?
It's in the stream. She stole her mic. Gotta keep the running gag running. Because it ain't a running gag if it isn't running.
Here they are. Oh, they're too big. Files are too big for.
Oh, files are too big. I'm like, that's never too big.
Yeah, I should have I should have been more specific.
You must not know the work ideal and.
I don't know. Hey Waffle, how did you find me then?
Through DeviantArt.
Oh.
I thought your artworks were pretty nice, so I just followed.
Okay.
And I wasn't expecting you to invite me on Discord all of a sudden.
I'm pretty open about things.
Yeah.
But I mean, some people tend to find me through like fetish searches. Cause
Oh yeah,
my
like
gallery-
the breast expansion.
Yes.
I don't browse with fetishes. I just happened to have stumbled across cat girls and I liked. I was
Yay.
like, neat. Which is technically a fetish, but I don't
It
think
is,
it
but
is.
it isn't at the same time. So.
It's
yeah.
only a fetish is if it's a transformation fetish.
Well, okay,
It's definitely
werewolf.
a gray
werewolf.
area.
Yeah, werewolf transformations I don't really consider to be a fetish, but people, fetishize them.
Mostly furries. Is that what is that what
That
I?
is be an internet rule is if you can think of it, not dirty, but someone has a fetish about it.
Yep.
Yeah, well, not everything is worth thinking about.
No, think of everything.
What have you done?
There's probably
it's like the
people
worst
who have
thing
fetishes
that can
about
be
my
done.
characters now.
Bye.
We're bad. Yep.
Speaking of which, it'd be interesting. I doubt it would happen to me, but having a fan or something cosplaying as your OC.
I would love that. So hard.
I don't think I have any OC besides the one sheep-looking thing, or goat with pink hair on my DeviantArt page.
I would love it to if I see someone dressed up as Akiko or Win or Kari.
That would be nice.
That would be awesome. But I'm not popular enough yet to do that. To get that. Gotta strive for that, yep.
Eventually, there will be someone out there.
But I just gotta make something that people love and enjoy. And then they will imitate it.
I'm the
Monkey
opposite. I just
monkey
do what
see,
I
monkey
like.
do, right?
Yep. Well, I draw what I like, but, you know, still gotta spread the net. Yep.
Yeah, the entire shenanigans with Twitch. Gotta get more people on board.
Yep. Gotta catch them all.
Oh, hey.
I knew you were gonna make that reference.
Aha!
I had somebody make an interesting comment or question to me yesterday. It was, so it looks like a lot of people draw your OCs. Are they famous or something?
I know, it's just a lot of people like to draw other people's characters because of why make your own characters when people make characters for you. Make characters
Well, I was gonna
better.
say, well, people draw my OCs because I pay them, and
Yep.
you see a lot of it because I've been in the community for several years now.
Pretty much.
And I'm also that weird person in real life who doesn't go to movies, doesn't buy games usually, or new consoles, don't buy comics. I just save my money for pictures and ideas. Sometimes I get lucky and get request raffles and whatnot, but
Yep.
Kind of wish I could win one of the raffles in your stream.
Yeah, it's totally
I'll-
possible.
maybe one day.
I was there the last time. I was like, please make I want to win at least the last one, and I didn't. I was
Yeah.
disappointed. Cause if I were to win, I would have totally requested Blair from Soul Eater.
Wait, not a cat girl?
That's a
wait.
cat girl.
Sorry.
Oh.
I guess I showed my
Blair,
ignorance.
that's the
Serious.
witch, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
cat witch. I really love her design and the fact that the anime itself didn't have much fan service, because fan service is out of place most of the time.
In the manga.
I think. No, in the anime as well. It's
Yeah,
like
kind of
Blair
forced
was-
in anime at times.
yeah, except that in Soul Eater it was put. The context was of fan service was centered around one character, and that's the one I'm talking about. All the fan service was revolving around Blair, at least most of it, and it's not because of that. It's not because of that reason that I like her that much. It's because she's a cat girl.
Yes.
Me? No.
Meow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we all love cat girls around here. Yep. They
I don't know. They're okay.
We all love cat girls.
Big draw
around here.
Hian as the cat girl.
No!
Yes.
No!
I will bring up a really old thing I did with some friends that started with other friends called Moe Rape.
What's that?
It's where you take them and put them in something adorable. You
Oh.
add Moe to them.
Wait, but I like Moe.
So it should be cat ears and stuff like that.
Just
Yes. Cat ears or
That's
stick
adorable.
or stick them in like a school uniform or something. Something that has Moe appeal to it.
Dude, I really like Moe. I would wear it, but
You will wear it with
for
pride.
sure I will blind people if I were to wear it though.
hmm Though granted, the Moe stuff brought forth the Loli Wars, so if anyone will remember those times.
Actually, it just reminds me of that. I think there was that game where it's the A cups versus the D cups or something like that.
Opie Wars.
That's funny.
Yeah, if they had Rise on there, there would be no contest.
Mhm.
The whole war would be a bust.
Aha.
I couldn't resist.
Such titillating humor.
Mhm.
I'm Jug saying.
Trying too hard.
Yeah, tits for that.
Mhm.
I can try harder. I will reach through my memories to
She will bust your expectations. But I am gonna hit the bathroom. Be right back.
What did the bathroom do to
I
you?
never do to you. Oh,
Haha. Many things.
oh my.
Oh, wait a minute. I got signed out of YouTube. What is this?
Hey.
Hey, it's dude. Which dude? Yeah, it's dude. Hey, dude.
It's the one that hangs out with Koji for real sometimes.
Yes.
In a world where he hangs out with Koji.
I know, we like play video games and shit.
And they play video games and shit.
New features for Google account, more information on your Google account, use this information to add more relevant. What's the same? Which one? Oh, more options. Don't change these, I don't care.
I'm gonna go quickly grab some coffee. Coffee is life.
So now I start the process. Okay, I heard the Discord, the Windows disconnect USB, then reconnect USB sound like 7 times in a row. That's how bad this motherboard is.
Well, okay, I'm back.
He is alive, guys. What do we do?
That got me a fidget spinner.
He's alive. What?
It looks like a snitch from Harry Potter, so it's kind of cute. Wings of a snitch, they're like, yeah. Cool.
Repeat that for me. I forgot to mute stream and now voice loop back.
I had to look up the snitch from Harry Potter because I didn't know what it was.
Oh,
So it's the little ball thingy
yeah.
from the sport.
Yeah, sports ball.
Quidditch. I gotta. Let me see if I can find a picture of it. It's, I think, this one. I will just put the image in the Discord. Here we go. See? It's adorable. And you spin it, it looks like it's like flying, sort of.
It's the most original fidget spinner I've seen so far.
It
I like
beats
the
the-
design.
It's cute.
Yeah.
I don't. What does this fidget spinner show? Oh, I see.
The NKO asterism, I think.
My dad knows I don't really like big fancy things. Like furniture. That's different. Why is it not fixing? Hey, Waffle. So you do digital art, right?
Yeah, when I feel like doing digital art.
What type of tablet do you use if you use one?
Mouse.
Oh, really?
Mouse, yeah.
Ah, no way.
I have what is it?
That's pretty good for mouse.
Admiration for people who can draw with mouse.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's like 10 times as difficult, but it's doable.
Wow.
Yeah, look, Hayan, you don't need a tablet to draw. You can just use the mouse.
I used to try that, but I traditional drawing, so this helps a lot.
And the only thing I'm good at drawing with the mouse is Poland Bowl comics.
Oh, that one fandom. My sister
I
used
like-
to be part of it until she became a meme.
What?
Well, more like an inside joke, but they even made a what is it? A Wikipedia page of her
What?
with my Photoshop images and stuff. I don't know what she's done, but yeah. Hold on, I'm trying to find it.
I'm trying to draw stuff from Space.
Oh my god. It's still here.
Wanna see it?
You'll see, this is the meme page I'm talking about. Seems to have died already. Thank God.
Yeah, just view r/Poland Ball, so
Oh, it worked. It's working. I don't know what happened, but it's working.
It revived. Huzzah.
I have calibration. I have complete calibration. I'm so happy. Oh my god. 48 hours. I'm gonna click on this link. What is this?
I don't know.
Is your sister?
Necromancer.
Yeah, it's my sister, and on the the one picture where you can see something, the end is near written in blood behind. It's I'm right next to her.
Okay, I need to get back to. I need to finish this
Yes.
drawing.
It's the weirdest.
What?
It's the weirdest shit. I'm gonna remove it from the Discord.
Okay. Oh, Clip Studio has an update for everyone who has Clip Studio.
I never
I wish I had
looked
it.
at the news page. What's the update?
Let's see here. New features in version 1.6.7. You can upload materials to assets. So you can share any materials you make to like the cloud,
Oh, neat.
like the public cloud thing. And they have a direction on how to create materials. Oh, there's different. It supports Microsoft Surface Studio, Surface Pro, and Surface Pen.
Oh, now I can finally suggest Clip Studio to family with the tablet. Neat.
Supports operations using Surface Dial. I don't know what that is. The all sides view palette has been added. Oh, that's pretty good.
Okay, now I'm opening up the studio change more.
3D layers from 4 different directions all at once. Cool. Very helpful. For, you know, people who do 3D stuff. I don't know.
Okay, the version 1.6.7 released today. Gotcha. Yeah, supports the Surface Pen and the Surface Dial. That's neat. Oh, I think the all sides view thing is supposed to be like, oh, if you have a 3D model, you can see it from every angle. Or like
Yeah.
the Hammer. It reminds me a lot of the Hammer World Editor. Let me see if I can grab an image. That old thing people use to make Source Engine levels.
Space War? Is that the...
Ah!
Reminds me of that.
Oh, that's very detailed.
Color setting method from dialogue and palette has been modified conventionally for default dialogue for the operating system. Okay, so their own user interface for color. Yeah.
Oh, is that what it? Okay, cool.
New parameters have been added to the camera. Okay, more 3D model stuff. Animated stickers. Animated sticker files can now be exported. So the APNG. Spiral Knights Wiki, that's what used the animated APNGs. Page file names can now be revised automatically. Short page file names has be added to the story menu. Pages managed in the page management window. Oh, so you can just sort pages by file names, or have their names be changed to match page number. I don't know. Tone effect in case of scaling has been added. You can select whether to display a scaled down version of the tone, pattern, or grayscale when zooming in or out. So instead of everything blurring together when you zoom out, you'll... Yeah, here's the image they have. So now it can either become grayscale or become tone.
Oh. Is that...
And this is for the tone effect.
Okay. I was not aware of this.
Let's see here, it's now officially supported by the Mac OS Sierra. OpenToon's scene files have been added as an export ability. Ooh, half color has been added to display methods of the light table. So if you use the light table, you can either choose between the color, monochromatic, or half the color. And a light table category has been added to preferences. The layered thumbnail is displayed in the timeline palette. And ooh, tons more features and details. Now supports German, there you go. It's possible to rotate or move by 45-degree increments. You can use mesh transformations. Yeah, it seems like they went all out for this update with all sorts of fancy stuff.
Like about Clip Studio with all the updates.
Yep, as opposed to there being like 7 versions of Photoshop, one of them that gets updates every now and then. I don't know.
Well, now that I have fixed my tablet issue, it's time for me to get back to work. Jeez.
You're breaking up for me. Repeat that.
Now that I've fixed my tablet issue has been resolved, it's time to go back to work.
Time to go back to work. Huzzah! Speaking of work, I should probably work on this project that's due soon. Spaceman with space reflecting off his goggles. I don't know.
From Spaceland in space.
Basically.
We get it.
Zombies.
What? Zombies don't belong in space.
They're dead. They belong anywhere they want.
Yeah, haven't you
Zombies
seen
don't have rocket ships.
They can be transported by rocket ships.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh shoot. Yeah, no.
person.
What kind of person?
Google Images strikes again with stuff like this. Thanks, Google Images.
That is a strange person.
Looks pretty mad.
Yeah, I can't tell. I can't get a good. How old does he look?
I'm using that image. There we go. Funny thing is, there's another version of this exact same. Oh wait, no. Never mind.
Wow, I knew I forgot something.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I deleted the sketch layer before finishing the line work for the hair.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's not. It's not. It's something I would have preferred to avoid, but I can still do it. It's never too late.
The talented waffle will strike again.
I'm not really used to compliments, but thank you.
You're welcome.
okay, image size 225. Oh wait. Reference point from the bottom. I just want to have a close-up of this person's face, and I can draw like the entire world reflecting against glasses. Let's get this project done and over. Okay, time to like evaporate.
What kind of art do you guys do?
It depends.
Well, whatever it is, I'm just curious. I want to see how your stuff looks.
I have at least 2 different styles.
You can show me which one you prefer showing.
For this server, here you go. This is my DeviantArt, if you must know. And most of the people who ask for commissions ask for green, and I draw them.
Oh, it's pretty good.
I like drawing chibis though.
Yeah, but Chibi's fine. It's an art style like any other. But it's not all you draw, apparently.
No, not at all. In real life though, I tend to go for more realism-ish.
On paper?
Yeah, on paper or canvas.
Yeah, it's a lot harder to make clean artworks on paper. Because if there's a line that doesn't look right, you can smudge the whole thing with erasers.
I mean, like with ink, you could do it too, like, I don't know how to describe it. A scan of something I did on paper.
You don't have to show me. I get the idea. It's just that what I was trying to say was that there's a lot less room for errors when it's on paper.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's no control delete Z. I mean.
Oh, Hion's linking to.
It's my DA page. Like, favorite, and subscribe. And smash that like button. Hey, has Lyca been here lately?
Huh?
Not usually. I don't even think about it.
By the way, one thing I forgot to mention about a pollen ball.
Oh,
I think
it's-
I'm good. I think. Things that happen when you eat a giant salad.
Oh,
Yeah, by the way, Kojiro, I sent to you the music files. The first one had to be put into through a link because it was too. The file was a little bit too large for Discord.
to get Nitro Shorts to $5 a month, but you can upload 80 megabytes of stuff, enough for music files.
No, I just use Catbox for that. It's free and I can upload pretty much anything.
what is it called?
Catbox.
Is it like Dropbox, kind of?
Yeah, it's just you don't even need to like uploads. It says here that uploads from up to 200 megabytes are allowed per
Oh.
files.
Okay.
Alright, let's listen to what you have.
Nice.
Yeah, they are put in order 0 to 3. 0 being the older one. That's the one you're listening to is the last one I made.
I just need to find. Okay, let's do this way. Damn it, VLC, why did you change everything?
Yeah, the last one is I was still working on it, so it might not sound as good.
Oh no, I was looking for my volume setting on VLC, but they've updated since the last time I used it.
Ah,
It used to just be on the bottom right, and now it's not anymore. Okay, let me.
I'll be right back. See ya.
Yep. Alright, let me try out number 2. But I think I'll open that in
What's this
Media
for?
Player. Some music that he linked me.
Let me-
Yeah, good old chip tunes.
the one you're listening to was made specifically for the beginning to sound weird.
Sounds like a cave. It's cave level. Or sewer level.
Yeah,
Something dark and dank.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Most people that I showed it to just thought it sounded like a boss fight music.
No, this doesn't sound like boss fight music. This sounds like a level. Alright. Let me check out the last one. Speaker, why are you falling over? Nothing touched you. There. Number 1. Yuck. Where did I put my glove? I seem to have misplaced my drawing glove again, unless it's on my headset. Alright. But
I know they're not.
Number 1 there almost sounded like the beginning to Running Hell from Cave Story. Almost, but not quite.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's where I got the inspiration for that one.
Actually, I wasn't thinking about anything when I first made it, because it just comes like that. But
Yeah. I'm not
you're
saying-
right.
yeah.
It kind of sounds like Running Hell,
Yeah.
because I've been listening a lot to the
Cave Story.
Cave Story OST. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'll put that on. That sounds like something good. One of my favorite soundtracks from that is Moon Song.
Me too. I have it as a ringtone on my phone.
My ringtone is the call sound from Metal Gear 5.
Um, though I'm not really using it right now. Instead, I have this as a phone ringtone.
Too long for a ringtone.
It's the one of the soundtracks from I forgot the name. Age of Empires 2.
Oh, that's why it sounded familiar. I played that a little bit.
I played that a lot when I was a kid.
I played other real-time strategy games when I was a kid, but not too many. Though I was mostly a console gamer when I was a kid. Because I didn't really have a decent enough computer for things. But, you know, 90s computer junk, so...
Yeah, Pentium 3, Pentium 4. I used to have...
Baby.
I used to... I still had a Pentium 4 3.0 back in 2011.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I could barely play Minecraft without having the all that GPU scramble up all the graphics.
Oh man, Minecraft.
Yeah, back in its prime,
Yeah.
before it turned into...
Before all the little kids got to it. No. No, it's... I honestly
I'd
think
say
Minecraft
the
is,
masses.
Yeah, I honestly say Minecraft is still good, but it needs more. Which is why I always play it. If I feel like playing it, it's always a modded version.
As with everyone else,
Yep.
because they don't put as much content as they used to, and even when they do, it's useless and it's just sprinkles on the cake.
Yeah.
It's like, oh look, a llama. It doesn't have any purpose, but here it is.
Yep. More flavors.
Yeah, I wished that Notch, when he used to be the head of the development team, would ignore the outrage about the adventure update that's just go along with it. I wished he would, because everyone just back then they flipped their shit and they somehow believed that the game wouldn't be the same anymore, even though it was just a different game mode on the side, and he just abandoned it. And a year or two later, he gave up the property to Microsoft because he was tired of dealing with the fans' bullshit.
Yep.
You know, when there's a point, a game developer ceases to go along with his view of his own game when the player base starts to dictate what he should do with his game. That's when they start the game developers starts getting tired of developing.
Like, I'm tired of my fan base's shit because I'm giving them a great game that they absolutely love, but they want more bad things.
And when they keep... Yeah, that's the weird thing about it. Minecraft fanbase always wants more, but when there's a new feature that they don't like that is announced, they just slam it to the ground. They don't even give it the chance.
It's not what they asked for, but it's what they asked for. But it's not exactly what they asked for.
It's more about luck, really. Like,
yeah,
they
it
didn't,
really is.
Notch didn't expect to have a game this popular, but he still did. And he just happened to reach that one peak in popularity that you know, because there were millions of people playing the game. He had like depression of millions of people telling him to not make the game the way he wanted to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But at least he's living the good life with his like
Oh,
$2
yeah.
billion dollars.
I wouldn't mind, you know, making something super popular than selling it off for that much money to sit on.
My Minecraft account that I purchased for like $8 back when it only only a couple thousands people knew about it.
Mm-hmm.
It was hacked and I couldn't retrieve it.
I'm pretty sure my account's still active. I played it like about 2 years ago for a tiny bit.
Anyway, I don't care as much about my Minecraft account as long as it's not my Steam account where there are like hundreds of games that I've paid for.
Right. Don't need to be
'Cause-
losing all that.
Yeah. I'm still pissed that they are selling it for $32 now, when it used to
Well-
be like 8.
Yeah, well, when I first got it, it was still in the alpha, and it was like 15 to get in.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. But still, when I got it, it was like, yeah, this is a $15 game. Fuck yeah.
I first started playing Minecraft when it was like the version 0.5 something. So it was really early in development.
I started playing at like 0.7, something like that. But, though, didn't really consider it to be like a crowd-funded thing because it was kind of before crowdfunding? Something like that?
More like early access before early access was even a thing.
The beginnings of early access. That's what it is. There we go.
Yeah. Speaking about early access, I really hate the idea of MMOs charging for founders packs when they are at their most critical state, which requires a lot of people to test their game in order to fix the bugs in masses. Because and there are some of those games which are so early in their development, and when they ask for founders packs, they reduce the player base so much that they can't fix everything at the rate they would normally do it if the game was open to everyone.
Yeah, it's that whole. I mean, it's fine to do certain charges while you're in development, but not like certain ones. Though I think there's only I think you should only do it at certain times.
There's some games that were good enough for the founders pack, but they were like charging $3 for the access, unlike some that charges for like up to $20 and above, which is pretty damn ridiculous considering that an MMO lives and dies based on its current player base.
Yep.
And
I think the best game I bought for early access was Orion or Origin. I think it was Orion. Pretty much.
Orion Dino Beatdown?
Yeah. Which is now like what, Orion Guardians or something like that?
Yeah, they kept changing the names. I
Yeah.
think like 5 times.
Yeah, or 6 or 7. I spent $1 on it. That's a good entrance fee to an early access game.
I paid 15 for it.
Why did you pay 15?
Cause back then I wasn't expecting the game to be developed by such a team of scrubs.
I only paid $1 for it because it looked like a $1 game to me.
Yeah, it was. But
Mhm.
back when I purchased it, it wasn't. It didn't seem like it, at least.
Uh-huh.
It was, you know, when it first came out on Steam. That's when I purchased it
Mhm.
with my brother, cause it seemed like a fun game to play
Fun
in
co-op
co-op.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun, but the development got all over the place ever
Mhm.
since.
It got messy. But I still say that I got my money's worth.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm,
not mine though.
no.
It went
That's the
straight
gamble,
out the
though.
window.
That's the gamble though, isn't it?
Yeah,
For early access. Well,
rarely.
though I do have
And
to
I
say-
say,
I do have to say that there was another game, I forget what it was called, but it was a MOBA style game where you're commanding gangs to smash up things. I think it was just called Smash Up or Smash and
oh
Grab.
yeah, my brother was hyped up for the game at some point,
Yeah,
but
I bought that for a stream, and I bought it for a friend so I could have someone to play with on the stream. And I never got around to playing it, and then they stopped development and took it off Steam. So I like spent $20 on something I never played.
wow.
I don't really mind because it was honest. It was like $20 I didn't really supposed to have at the time. So yeah, it didn't really matter. I didn't really find it as a loss, but still.
Back then I've been hit with so many bullets that I learned how to dodge them.
Mhm.
There's one game in particular that the first early access game I've purchased, even it was called Towns.
Let's see.
It's
My first Kickstarter game I ever supported was I believe it was Shantae. Though you know that was like a 3-year wait.
it paid off at least,
Oh,
unlike
yeah.
Mighty Number 9.
I have nothing against Mighty Number 9, really.
Yeah, me neither, but
I mean,
I
even
can
if
understand the frustration for some people.
Oh yeah, mostly the people who like pitched in more than $20. Like, if I threw $20 at the Kickstarter, I would have been satisfied. But I mean, it is still a mediocre game. It could have been better, but for a start in a new franchise, it's really not that bad. There's a lot of
Yeah.
there was a lot of glaring things that need to be polished in it, but I'm not angry at the game. Like, all the real hate seemed to have come from all the people that spent more than $20 on funding that game. Yeah, they did some real shit things with the budget, but in the end, it really is just the people who are really angry are the ones who spent more than $20 on the Kickstarter. Granted, their rage is legit, but
Yeah.
but what are you gonna do?
I at times like this, moments like these, you just watch and laugh.
Yep. Watch, laugh, and move on.
Yeah.
Though that Harem Protagonist game. Wonder when that's gonna come out. I mean, I was brought onto their picture development team for a little bit, and I don't know, it seemed kind of like a mess at the moment. I'm still in their Discord, kind of watching what's happening. Though I'm more waiting on the moment where they actually have more things in development, so it's worth making pictures for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much they kind of did some things backwards early on. And by backwards, I mean they like hired on, they were getting more artists to help, but they didn't have many things to draw yet. So it's like I'm here kind of
They still didn't know about their art direction at that time.
They have one main artist, and she knows what they're doing. It's just the fact that the other people who are creating art is either kind of supplementary art or scenes. The thing is, there wasn't too many scenes written up yet, so there wasn't too many things for the artists to actually work on yet. Like, I drew up about 3 scenes, and I don't even think those things are going to be used yet. Though
What's the game about?
it's Harem Protagonist. Basically, it's a visual novel taking place around a guy who's basically trying to get laid, sort of. But it's a comedy. It's really tongue-in-cheek about it, so it's really funny.
Self-aware.
Yes, it's a very self-aware visual novel.
At least there's a context.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But there's already not so much that can be done with visual novels, at least from what I can think of. But I've seen visual novels that were pretty innovative.
Best visual novel ever. Best one is Blaze Blue.
It's a fighting game.
It's the best visual novel ever. I don't care. There's so much text and story to read through that game. It's a freaking visual novel. Still a great fighter though. One of my favorites. Arc System Works got me away from Street Fighter. Guilty Gear spoiled me.
At least you yet again dodged a bullet, because Street Fighter V is not so good,
Oh,
apparently.
I have Street Fighter V, and if you are not a big fighting game person, it is a perfectly fine game. Perfectly fine, but if you are a professional level fighter, it is a garbage game to you.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. It's because they made a lot of things super easy to do, so when you look at certain matches, it looks really flashy and interesting, but a lot of the things are a lot easier to do. So if
Like the parry frame buff.
yes. I saw someone do a video rundown on that, I'm like, oh god, this is horrible.
Totally. Here's another one that you can listen to, which is a chiptune that I found on the internet. It was made in the same program that I use for my chiptunes, but
God, it
This-
came
this
from
one-
the internet.
yeah. Except this one, this dude knows what he's doing.
Well, it sounds like you know what you were doing.
It sounds. That's the thing. It
Yeah.
just sounds like I know what I'm doing, but I'm really just experimenting with the program because I still don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
fact.
Every artist ever. It's just
Every
it-
beginners.
Yeah. Honestly, it is just like me with my art. I would make something and I would say that, oh god, it looks bad, look at all the errors, and then everyone else would be like, you know, man, this is great. Like, there's this one traditional picture I did the other day, and I got paid for it, and she thought it was amazing, and I thought it was kind of incomplete. But then it was shown to this other person who was related to the person in the portrait I did, and she thought it was amazing, and I'm like, yeah, but you don't have like that artist's eye. And then she's like, I'm gonna go stick this in the local newspaper because I like it so much.
Oh,
So I'm like,
please spare me the.
I
Spare me
like
the.
it. I like it, but I don't.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's
yeah, I'm in the paper. Oh god, that picture's in the paper.
it's a good thing, but a bad thing at the same time
Yeah,
because
yeah.
she's trying to make you feel better.
No, I didn't
about
tell.
your-
I didn't tell her anything about how I felt about the picture. No one did. I didn't tell anyone. I just kind of sat there silently and just kind of, you know, nod in agreement. I mean,
You were just like-
as long as they're happy with it, that's
Yeah.
that's the thing that matters. I mean, I can have my own gripes about it, but in the end, it's all about the customer's approval.
Yeah.
But what if you're the customer?
I am my own customer.
That's better than being your own grandpa.
Yeah.
One day I will be, pretty sure.
No, no, we don't need another fry.
Oh man, the way you laugh reminds me of one of my best friends when he's high, cause he sounds exactly like this when he's stoned.
Oh great! I sound like a stoner, even though I look like a stoner, even though I'm not a stoner.
High stoner. Though high stoner just makes me think of like weed helium or something.
Uh-huh.
No, just a hybrid kush. It's there are some
I am
that
high
are
on
a
life.
mix.
Yep. Well, honestly, I would like to like try it sometime.
Yeah, just be careful not to turn it into a habit.
It wouldn't really be a bad habit. I mean,
Yeah, I know, but
medicinal use
it's
of
pretty
marijuana and all
costly over time.
that. Well, if you use too much, yeah.
I would say if you can keep your smoking sessions few and far between, you will never turn it into a habit.
If anything, I'd go with edibles.
Munchies. It might sound fun at first, but when it happens, you're just like, man, what food is there? Last time I smoked, I was searching for whatever I could find because there was not so much. So I ended up going to the convenience store and purchased a whole bunch of chocolate bars and bags of chips, and I ate the whole thing.
My experience with people that get high they don't really get like that.
It's different for
Yeah, it's different,
everyone.
it's different for everyone, I know that.
Like, I seem to have been pretty much the only one who did this, because sometimes when I smoke and I get really high, when I
Not just high, but
At
really
some
high.
point, I went to the park, to the local park at night with my friends, and for some reason, wherever I looked, my body just seemed to turn in that direction. And when I was
Teleported over
walking,
there.
if I
Way to
if I wa-
teleport.
if I was looking at the side while I was walking, I would just turn like a car and go that direction,
Huh?
unless I
I
I
think you hit the
I
ball
made-
too hard.
no, it's not the bong. It was a blunt, but it was pretty dank. Anyway, I could not stop doing it unless I made it so that as if I was holding a steering wheel. Now I would still go. Now I would go anywhere I could go without, you know. Now I could control the direction I'm moving when doing a steering wheel.
Goddamn.
So I was looking like a dumbass in front of some random people in the park.
Meow, meow. What's he doing? I don't know, look
Not
away.
to this point, but I was still doing making a steering wheel and going to direction I was steering.
You should totally do like the Freakazoid thing and like hold your hands out in the direction you're trying to fly to. That would have been great.
There's one thing I can tell you, and that will be your favorite moment depending on who you are. But the first time, most of the time, most people they just can't stop laughing.
Oh, I'm sure. There's some
It's
other people that just can't stop
uncontrollable.
coughing.
Well,
It's contagious. It's infected.
It's,
infectious.
it's weird. It's hard to explain at the same time because when you're under the effect of weed, you don't feel any other emotions except happiness. It's like the anger and sadness does not exist unless you think about it, and it's impossible to think about it on weed. So if someone would barf on you because they were sick, you would still be like, "Ah, he barfed on me." There's no way you can get mad, or there's no way you can get mad as much.
I wouldn't really get mad at that.
Uh,
Because if someone's barfing on me like that, that's something
yeah, but it
funny.
was just an example,
Oh,
a bad
yeah.
example, but you get what I mean.
I get
If
what
someone
you
were
mean.
to, for example, there's one at one point my friend, I had just completed my new computer build, and my friend came over, the same friend by the way, came over with a beer, and he had consumed all kinds of substances, but it was
Oh.
his first time. But
He was just a
it
walking
wasn't
cocktail, wasn't he?
yeah, he was really weird that day. He was looking at me with some kind of pedophile smile, and I was like,
Oh.
"Man, you're creepy." And he was laughing, but he wasn't harmful in any ways. He just he just looked like
Why are you so happy?
he had consumed about something, and he had a beer on his hand. And the way my computer case is shaped is there's a hole on the top in front, which the air gets sucked in by three 120 millimeter fans to cool the whole computer. And he had spilled some on top of my computer, and one drop almost went on the motherboard.
Yeah, that would have killed it.
Yeah, and I only had it for like 3 days back then. It
Too
was
soon.
yeah, too soon to go. It's really powerful. Like right now, I'm running a dual monitor build. I could have like 2 days ago, I had 4 streams going on the second screen under 5 tabs with like 50 other tabs of browsers, and there was Paintool Psi opened, there was Warhammer Vermintide opened on the first screen, and I was doing all of these at once.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
a single frame drop.
I can do that with my rig too. It's awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
you can already tell I have a dual screen setup right now, but just what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's a must. It's a
Yeah.
must on when you're streaming on Picardo and stuff.
Yeah.
If you want to avoid people from looking at personal stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, that and, you know, just by watching what I have on my screen.
Yeah. I can already tell you have some kind of secret files down there.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry, I have one too. I'm no stranger to these kinds of things.
Yeah.
What? Secret stuff? You
Yeah.
don't need
It's not-
secret stuff.
It's not secret anymore, but there's one thing I'm gonna tell you. It's like 24 gigabytes.
1.21 gigabytes.
No, it's no, not 24, 42 gigabytes.
Of porn.
Not just porn. Most of it.
Oh, still porn.
Huh? Huh? Oh, hold on, I'll be right back.
Yep.
My sister is telling me to go watch the moon for some reason.
Oh god. Alien invasion.
Oh no! Wait, that involves the moon falling.
People coming from the moon.
Your eye like a big pizza pie.
What
That's
are you
why-
up to?
I am twitching.
Awesome. I was supposed to be finding stars.
Huh? What? Wait, what happened?
Oh, Ferret's power is out.
Oh, damn. Though
So
that
you-
happens every so often at this place.
So with no DM, we don't get to play, so
Right.
whatever.
Need to power the stars.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we were all sitting in Skype, we were all talking, he was getting everything set up in his tabletop simulator,
Mm-hmm.
and then the connection failed, and he had to get on his phone into Skype and tell everybody.
Yep. That's pretty typical. All this work, finally got a team together, getting ready to play some Starfinder, and then reality says no.
It's too bad we're 2.5 robots.
I'm sure he's feeling pretty grumpy at the moment for it.
No, he went to bed, so he's not grumpy.
Oh,
He's
okay, so he's
asleep.
asleep. Oh, that,
Un-
no,
Unless he's dreaming about how grumpy he is.
No, it's 9 o'clock. He's grumpy right now. Grumpy in bed, but still grumpy.
Yep. So I'm a book wizard in 11 right now,
Yeah.
trying to practice my super awesome team combos where I explode things because they exploded.
Uh huh.
And I'm hanging out with this guy who's a Dark Knight. And he's also troubleshooting his Dark Knight right now
Ah.
because he's having some issues with building TP fast enough to self skill chain
Mhm.
when he shouldn't be, and he's trying to figure out what gear he's doing wrong.
Hmm. I was tanking earlier. That was about it. It was an okay run. The other night, me and Ro were double tanking Susanoo, and we had a really bad party.
Oh
It-
lord.
It-
What? You had a bad party at Susanoo's place?
Yes. Just regular Susanoo.
What?
I mean, it was cool and it was awesome because it was like the lowest possible DPS like ever.
That actually makes me think of like why it's well when I tell people when it comes to tanking, if why tanks can get upset is imagine being I don't know a veterinary's assistant and you're holding a cat that's going and it's chewing up your face and whatnot, and the DPS is the vet's assistant or the vet going, yeah, just give me a second. I just need to get this syringe in here. Oops, I've dropped that. Where's my coffee? You're just like, it's still being torn up. You're just like, that's how it feels to be a tank. It's like,
That's the thing, though. I like those stories happening because it gives you something to share. I mean, what are you gonna talk about when a party goes perfectly fine? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
well, and that's why in some cases when it goes wrong, you will have like you said, stories. I mean, how many stories revolve around blaming that one person for
Who's a
everything?
joker?
That becomes the joke. Is
Mhm.
oh,
Mhm.
player
Poor
A
tank.
did it again. You know,
Oh man, Group C.
net went out. Well, it must have been player A.
Group C. It's always Group C's fault. And God damn it, Group C. Why is it Group C? It's just a letter. Why does that letter mean that they have to suck? But yeah. But that's okay, because those are the best stories. Like when the two tanks argue with each other and then they kick the healer because reasons. I still like that story with Ferret. Uh-huh. But I mean, it wasn't like a bad party. It's just that the DPS was like really low. Like it took forever to kill him. Like I got my tank to 63 that night. No, yeah, 63 that night, and I'm like, man, I want to go pick up that sword. I want to go fucking duel a Susanoo like right now. And that was just a really long match. Whoa.
I think we figured out that our summon NPCs were fucking everything up.
Your skill chains?
Yeah,
That'll do it.
because some of them pay attention and try to skill chain, and some of them are just like, I'm gonna weapon skill now!
Yeah. So pretty much he has to do it by himself to figure out
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, like, he was trying to do it by himself. But they were getting in the way.
Hmm.
So the solution is just to bring NPCs that don't weapon skill.
Right. When is the next content in 14 supposed to appear? I haven't checked yet. I mean, I could check, but I'm lazy. I'm lazy. I have to work.
Warning. One or more paper bins 8 of 10 during initial lines.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Beyond, for that helpful warning.
That's a weird warning.
So I'm still trying to figure out what you linked, Wanda, with the 100%, the 50% grayscale and tone, and then the blink staring guy.
Oh, the 100%, 50% is related to the new Clip Studio update, and where you can actually. There are preferences now set to, if you zoom out, you can have it keep the tone or change to grayscale.
Ah.
As for the guy staring blankly at the camera, thanks Google Images.
Hmm.
Why does this game take so long to boot up? I just wanna open this.
Just wanna kill stuff.
Yeah. Assistance.
Mm.
Equip ID.
Wait, what game we? Oh, Final Fantasy, probably.
Mm. I don't know what he's playing. Well, I could see what he's playing, but I don't feel like looking at Discord.
Explosion with size 0150 in area of the unexplored location. Once again, thank you, game, for logging this very important data.
It is very important. Shit's going down over there.
Everything's exploding. Have a nice day.
Yep.
Ghost. Toggle darkness. Oh. That's what happened.
Hmm. Darkness. Darkness.
That's.
I'll be right back.
Sure.
Someone wants me to be on their Discord channel.
Sure. Fine, leave us. I don't care. It's not like I like you or anything.
Oh. I don't know how I sound like to you guys. So just before I go, I want to know how old do you think I sound like?
23.
Not old enough.
You sound like a person with eyeballs.
Probably a voice.
Nah, it's a question I ask to people normally because myself, I think I sound like a 12 years old.
No, you don't sound
No.
12 to me.
No, definitely not.
I think he sounds French.
Well, yeah, he's definitely French sounding. He said
Yeah.
he did share that with us earlier.
I wasn't
Oui.
here, so I just guessed.
Good guess.
Very good guess.
Well, my favorite Let's Player is French, so he's
Oh.
got the
Ooh.
same thick accent. Psychedelic Eyeball.
Yep, one of the early guys.
Well, he's French Canadian, but he grew up learning French, so he has that same thick accent you got.
You're right. Because I'm French Canadian.
There you go.
Oh man.
Okay, time to do a perspective. Back here, we're going to have window.
Alright, be right back.
Alrighty.
It's funny. I'm chatting with an artist about composition, and
Composition is hard.
yeah, and I was telling him with this particular. I sent him a sketch of my idea, and I didn't think about it at the time. But then he's like, "Would you like it this way or this way?" He flipped it back and forth. So in this case, Arya is facing left, and there's one where she's facing right. And I said, "Well, it makes sense that you'd have the one where she's facing right, because the first thing you see is her face, and then you look left or look right, and you see what she's reacting to. But that also is implying that the person looking at it reads traditional orientation, where in Japan it's the opposite, isn't it?
Yes.
So in essence,
Action.
that makes it.
The way.
It's always up to down, though.
Yeah, well, the way action works in comics is that it's always the character who's like doing an action. About 80 or 90% of the time, they're always going to be facing the direction that you're reading in.
Mm-hmm.
And there's usually a good rule of thumb to follow. Sometimes,
Yeah.
sometimes you want to have them facing the other direction, but usually if you're not sure, just make them face right or left, whichever way you're reading. Is what I do.
Well, with this picture in question, it's like I can understand how it's her facing right would be ideal because of composition, but I feel like to a degree the other way has its own charm because you're seeing what she's reacting to first. You see, well, I can't do that. A lot of people come for, and what Ryza usually does for things for. You see that first, and then you follow that up to her face, and I feel like that's a kind of a nice switch rather than seeing her face first and then seeing the what she's reacting to. Now you see how it's happening and how she's reacting. So I was going back and forth between that like for quite a while now. It makes it fun when the artist in question is in English. So it's like, I confused him and he actually drew Arya's head the other direction. I'm like, no, it's good what you had. It's just, I was just saying I can't decide between the two. I was not trying to create more work for you. Plus, I let him know that a lot of the other pictures he drew of Arya, she's always facing to the right. And I'm like, let's change it up and do the other one you suggested, and we'll have her face to the left instead.
Yes. Different poses are good.
It's the same pose, you just flip it around.
I have a weird thing where I don't like to reuse the same pose, but there's certain poses that are always going to be used all the time for certain content.
Yeah, and this is a similar concept, per se, with my fetish. I'm always doing that fetish.
Yeah, that fetish has a very limited set of poses.
Yeah, too. And what I try to do is, I do try to do interesting things. I actually doodled a bunch of ideas that took in more playful poses. Because I think part of the problem is that people don't want to hide the face, because that's a bit of the eye candy, is how the character's reacting. So you can always just throw like a little window there to kind of show.
Yeah, but that little window thing should be used very sparingly.
Yeah, sparingly. But with my first commission of Arya with OPIC, I deliberately hid the face. And that actually got a lot of people's attention.
That's weird. Or people just didn't care about the face.
Well, there was two reasons for that. One is that when I was joining DA, there was an artist would you even call them an artist? They were doing a bunch of pictures where they would hide their face would be cut out of the frame. They had, of course, this really sexy body. It's like, that'd be cool to take that into the expansion fetish.
I've seen that plenty of times in that. It's just that, I forget where I was going with this.
I think you were saying you've seen that plenty of times. That's nothing
new. It's nothing new, especially in that community.
I would say the opposite. How many times have you seen it?
I can't recall off the top of my head.
See?
Yeah, but that's the thing. How do you recall poses from? I don't.
Well, I
don't
don't
pay,
mean poses. I mean head cut off or.
I consider that to be
Really?
part of like a pose set.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I would
It's a-
say it's not very. From before I joined, I didn't think it was very common.
Mhm. I feel it's very common. Um, but I do tend to look at poses and pose usage, and I find it's a very small set of poses that's constantly used in that content, mostly because content of that size only allow
Size.
certain poses. You know.
Interesting choice of words.
Mm-hmm. Yes. On purpose.
Yeah. Well, it's just like I went to college for multimedia design, and one of the things they drilled into us was a statement called the visual suspension of disbelief, and I think that applies to a lot of different things. And when it comes
Yes.
to fetish, you know, at the end of the day, a table is still a table. You can put whatever tablecloth on it that you want.
It's
It
still
will
a table.
still be it's still a table in the long run. And then that is compounded in my case, where I have an OC who loves to do the same thing over and over again to the same person.
Mm-hmm.
So, though I imagine not only in my own sense, but in her own sense, is how does she keep it fresh? While she may like it to do it every day, the same way every day, she just wants to add. She's just that character who wants to add more pizzazz to it and make it a little different. It's like, okay, now let's cosplay as pirates as an airship. Now let's be a parody of a hot air balloon. Now let's do while she's sleeping. Now let's cosplay. Yada yada yada.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the other side of that fence, where with Akiko, it's happened to her so often that she's completely jaded by the idea.
Just wait. I'm gonna have to draw Aki. Yeah, I can't even say her name. With Ryza.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And she'll give in to Ryza.
Yeah, Akiko is more bored about it than anything, because it's like, oh, it's the same thing every time, just slightly different. In the end, it's just the same thing all the time.
Yeah, I just had this funny idea where she has like a bored look on her face, just like really, and Ryza's just all happy, smiling with her tail wagging.
Yep.
I think that would make it funny.
Mhm.
Just-
Well, yeah, that's why Laika chooses Akiko a lot, because it's fun to piss her off.
Fill your chest with love. This isn't love, and I hate you.
Yes, exactly. It needs to be comedic to keep it good, and usually someone is frustrated when you're dealing with comedy. Comedy's always off of someone else's misery. Always.
And that's how I've been trying to treat the fetish too. There, you have the artists that are all in the sexual nature of this, and I personally like to dabble in the fun.
Yes, I like it to be fun because it's silly in the end.
It's silly. It's a silly. It's a silly concept.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cartoony. It has to be silly.
It's actually in some cases weird when they try to make it realistic. Though.
Oh God,
Yeah.
it's so weird and dumb if they try to like play it straight faced.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Why do I have Space Game still open?
Mm.
Gonna make a character reply.
Oh, it's one of the reasons why I really like Wolf Sam's stuff, especially the way he uses my characters. It's really silly stuff. What are you playing there? I hear mashing.
Intense alt tabbing, that's what I'm playing.
Mm-hmm.
All tabbing intensifies.
Yeah.
Lightly fried paper airplane. It's good. Thanks, man.
Do a quick save on this. Check stuff over here.
Our teamwork has improved to the point where I can blow everything up by throwing rocks at it.
Yeah. Explosive rocks. TNT.
Use these D&D.
Lightly fry them. Lightly fry this one, damn.
Pan fried.
There we go. And aggressively roll it over there. Line one to the table.
Although I wish I knew why I wasn't running out of MP.
Don't question it.
Oh, whoop.
That sounded like a thing. My playlist seems to have ended, or not.
Throw this thing into the deep fryer. Come on, game.
What I want? Oh, hell.
Okay, can't put it in deep fryer.
There you go.
And getting tons of work done. Yay!
Yeah. Getting all the works done.
あのお騒がせな天使たちに遅れを取らぬよう今すぐ下着を脱ぎ捨て生まれたままの姿でもってこのビッグウェーブに心ゆくまでたっぷりと酔いしれていただこう
「
It's funny. An artist is like, "Well, there's a wait list." I was watching a stream, and they're like, "Okay, what is it?" And he's like, "I don't know.
There's just a wait list.
I just know that there's a wait list for this thing that you want."
Hmm. Silly.
Tricks are for kids. I'm helping a friend with a story. They wanted to write a bio for their character, and they believed I'm a good writer. I fooled them. Ha ha ha.
Why would they think that?
Yeah. And I said, yeah, I'll help you out with it. 'Cause, especially since they drew a really nice fan art for me. It's like, it's the least I can do. The whole thing turned out to be 38 pages in small print.
It's only the beginning.
It's like, and it's not an easy just proofread. I'm like rewriting whole paragraphs.
It's easy once you have a couple hours.
Yeah. Well, there's like certain things like, at one part it sounded like he was referring to multiple people, and I asked him, wasn't there only 2 mentioned earlier? But it made it sound like there was a group of them. It's like, because it's like, one of the security guards spoke up, and then later it says the female security guard spoke up. It's like, wait, let me get this straight. You said one of them, and then you said female. I just called the other one male security guard rather than referring to them as a group of some sort.
The group keeps on growing.
Yeah.
No, there are security guards and girl security guards.
Big
They're
difference.
not, ambiguous and girls.
Don't forget trans. Yep. And other bullshit in between.
Right, security guards.
Yep. Oh no, I'm losing views. No. It's down to 7. It was at 12 earlier.
Oh no.
Oh no.
OG, quick, find some way for people to
What?
join stream.
What about Heon?
Find some way to get people to join the stream.
I don't know how. I don't think Twitch does multi-streaming.
There's hosting. That's about it.
Yeah, that's not multi-streaming though. Gotta be popular. Get all the views.
Just draw boobs and you're good.
No, it's Twitch.
Yeah, speaking of which,
And
It's not there yet.
Twitch doesn't have an adult button yet.
Yeah.
Like a real adult button. They have a swearing adult button, but
They have a mature
I
content
swear they have the
button.
adult version.
They have a mature content button, but it wouldn't cover the things I typically draw on Picardo. because people.
I was in a Discord and they made a not safe for work channel, and I said, so are the things I normally deal with, even though they're covered, do you want me to put them as not safe for work? And they're like, yeah.
Yep.
It's like
Exactly.
kind of sad, but it makes sense.
I
And
mean,
that's
it
why
makes
you-
sense, yeah, but you know, it isn't, but it is, but it isn't.
Well, it's just like I think I mentioned this before. I was looking at pictures on Fur Affinity, and one of them was a really nice post. The girl had naturally large breasts, and someone made a remark in the comments saying you should put a mature tag on this, even though she was completely covered.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I had someone do that on my DeviantArt. I kind of messed with them. that Sally picture I did some time ago. It was fun messing with them.
You know, I wonder if being messed with like that, is that the sign that you're getting popular, you know?
I consider that a sign. Pretty much, if you're getting people that are starting to complain about you, then you're gaining some sort of popularity.
Yeah. I had one guy who tried to act like a new watcher. Hey, I'm a new watcher, and I don't understand Ryza's motives and yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
She seems really mean, and I'm like, well, you know, I can. When it comes to jokes, some people think they're mean, some people don't think they're mean. He's going on this whole long paragraph talking about RV and how I felt like the jokes were meant to be funny, but they did seem mean. We're all different people, and after I did that whole long 2 paragraphs or whatever it was, he's like, okay, well, you should inflate Ryzen more because that would make me understand it. And it's like, what? And it's like, so he basically he just said okay to that long paragraph, like,
Cool story, bro.
cool story, bro. I don't care what you said. My whole argument was you need to do this. I won't give you any money or pay for it or anything like that because I'm totally broke, dude. I just bought my Switch and I'm going out to the movie with my friends, and I totally don't have money for this thing called art. But you should definitely do this thing because I mentioned it.
You should do free art from me because I said so. Yep.
Have you had people complaining about your art yet?
Complaining?
Oh, wait.
I
I guess I should define complaining.
Have you had people complain that your art's too expensive?
Oh, plenty of times.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
And I have plenty of people that say, hey, you're undercharging.
Yeah, there's that too. There's someone I actually just confronted saying, dude, you're creating too much work for yourself. You should up your prices. Well, what it was is on his Patreon, he offered cheaper commissions and he did them quicker than his long wait list on DA. I'm like, dude, make it the opposite. The Patreon is VIP. You pay more, but you will get a commission within a timely manner. You know, don't, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, why does everybody want people to pay $20 a month for Patreon?
I wouldn't say...
There are people who do it.
Yeah, I mean, if I were to do something like that, I wouldn't make it $20. I would just stick it at my, like, $5 tier.
Well, like I said, depends on what you're doing. Are you doing a sketch or whatnot? I would
Yeah.
imagine, at least with this artist, charging more is better because, like I said, if they are booked up with a waiting list, you know, paying more to have a guaranteed commission. Some people like that. What's the artist's name? He had to actually close those ones down. There was at least 5 or 6 people paying him $100 a month to do a art stream. It was, I don't know how many hours it was, but basically one free art stream a month. So he would draw whatever they want.
I consider doing that. Well, more like if I can get to a certain amount, I'll say, hey, at least once a month there would be like a raffle stream.
And that's the thing with the people complaining about the whole gambling thing, but some artists still do it on there. Maybe not like directly. Like I know some artists that are like, oh, suggest an idea and I might draw it. It's like, isn't that kind of like a gamble, except now you could theoretically not choose my idea for months on end.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why I would stick it to a raffle, because that's more like cherry picking more than anything.
Yeah, you at least have
he
a
makes-
chance where if it's their choice, they might every month decide you're not what they like.
Mm-hmm. What were you gonna say, Kuruma?
I was gonna say, you just roll the dice and let them tell you who's picking the next drawing.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Which is totally fun and legit. And also, I don't understand how it's gambling if you're just kind of putting suggestions in a hat and the artist is going, I like this one.
Exactly. There's...
That's not really gambling, that's throwing suggestions in a box and
Mm-hmm.
and seeing if the artist liked your suggestion or not.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe I'm being a little what's the word sour because it does feel like my ideas are not
Not
ever
picked.
chosen.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But it's just one of those things.
All I know
Risky
is that
reward.
I know Koji in real life. I'm friends with him, and I still pay him for his art because I can't draw like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
By the way, how's Ann Knuckles month coming?
And Knuckles month is... We're still in backlogs.
Really?
Yes.
God damn it!
Like, this picture right here is a backlog picture. I do need to put one on that Amy picture, though. That is a September picture.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody knows what Ann Knuckles month is, I gave Koji some money and said it's Ann Knuckles month. So
Yep.
every commission from this month he does, he has to make a second version of it with a poorly photoshopped Knuckles in it
Yep.
because I liked the Ann Knuckles movie.
Yep.
And then he gets an extra, I think it was, you said 10, right?
Yep. 10.
An extra 10 for every picture that ends up like that at the end of the month.
Mm-hmm. Though I think we didn't apply that to the fusion stuff and one other thing. And line pictures, cause that'd be a little too much.
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I thought it was just copy and paste from whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought you were going to make a Knuckles to poorly Photoshop into things and then just copy paste that.
Oh, what I was going to need to do is I was going to need to get a spreadsheet of all the Knuckle sprites, and then
That works too.
Yeah, and then in certain pictures that I really like, I will draw in a Knuckles, because Knuckles is pretty easy to draw. So
Of course he is. He's not,
yeah, he doesn't even have to. He doesn't even wear anything. He's just fucking Knuckles.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Actually, it's here.
Although I did have another funny idea
Yeah.
based on it. There was this funny webcomic I've seen one a few times. I think where the whole joke is it's a bad MS Paint webcomic.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they reuse art from previous comics, they copy and paste it from the last one it was used in, not from the original.
Okay.
So it badly artifacts each time.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's
So
great.
that was like another idea I had that might have been funny for And Knuckles month was that
Mhm.
you would copy paste the And Knuckles out of the last picture you put it into. Yep, there it is. You broke
yeah.
hologram.
God damn it.
It keeps
Mm.
happening.
See, it does.
Wait, what happens?
That's the punchline of the joke.
Oh, right.
Yep. Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff.
Mm.
And yeah, part of the joke is being a bad MSP comic
Right.
and artifacting each thing by copy pasting it from
the
itself.
old one. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
So like, that was an idea that I had that I decided wouldn't really fit in Ann Knuckles Month, but it could have if we wanted to be that silly. Was to continue to gain the artifacts from each picture you drew and pasted it into.
No, I think that should be like another theme somehow.
Yo,
Featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I just realized it now.
Yep.
oh yes, that's part of it.
Looking at all those banners that say this fan, that fan,
Eh.
you know, and some of the people who favorite me when I go or watch me, I go to their page trying to put try to thank them for the watch, and usually it's like slowing down my page to try to get to the bottom because of all those things. Though I sometimes wonder if I should do a one of my OCs, so that feels a bit egotistical. Because most of these banners are for mainstream things.
Right. I don't know, why not? Fuck it. Do it.
I did have my well, I'm basically gonna say stalker, create a fan group just for my OCs.
Oops, I need to put things.
I'm just digging through these comics.
Mm.
Which is beautiful. It's,
Digging. Dig a hole, dig a hole.
Hey guys, that's
Welcome back.
me. Yeah, well, I mean, a little bit late over here.
It's only 10 here.
I know. You probably give me a message on Twitch.
Yeah, I saw your thing on Twitch.
Okay. We could do it on a better time.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I'll be here no matter what.
No matter what, super fan.
I rely on you as one man just to. Hey man,
What?
I do. I rely on myself to pay money to you.
Mm-hmm.
The argument.
Thank you for that.
And yeah, next time.
Mm-hmm. It shall be done at some point.
Yeah.
Next time on Koji Streaming Twitch. Everybody's Twitch streaming.
Twitchy stream.
All the above will happen.
Koji plays something popular.
yes.
Gasp.
Boneless pizza.
Mm-hmm. Next time on Line Gutter streaming. Online Blaze Blue matches. Yeah, all the deaths.
There's not much going on here.
No, not too much. Just us hanging out. All the hangings for the outings. And the drawings. All the drawings. But, you know, good workflow. Yep.
Good work.
Workflow is good.
Good work.
Don't be angry.
Or is he not angry enough?
We don't want him angry. Maybe. But we want him salty. That's completely different.
Yar!
What if we had a reverse Hulk that we really like when he's angry?
But I thought we like him when he's angry.
The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
But he always tells people that they won't like him when he's angry.
That's a lie, isn't it? That's the whole reason why we like Hulk, because he gets angry.
That's probably true.
Possibly.
It's probably one of those artists. But instead of creating things, his art is smashing stuff. And he's like, my art is crap.
Every artist ever.
Like Gallagher, I think is his name.
Yep, Gallagher.
The watermelon guy.
Yep. Oh.
Everyone likes his explosion art.
I do. He always comes with a pun.
Like, there's something you can think of that was said in one of his videos.
Melon Slam.
Melon slam.
I don't know. I'm making shit up.
Yeah, but melons aren't for slamming. They are for fondling.
I thought they were for eating.
Different kinds of melon, different kind of people.
Different melons for different people.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them like them a little lighter than others.
All I know is that watermelons are 4032. That is the code on my register for watermelon.
But that's for, I think, seedless. If it's 4031, it's seeded, and if it's 3421, it's personal. If it's
personal melons.
Yep, those are the other ones. I don't think we have seeded in my store, or if we do, I haven't come across any because everyone wants the seedless.
yeah, the seeded, at least is the store I go to, just came in recently. They're the biggest, so it makes them easier to tell. They're not so round. They're more torpedo shaped.
Torpedo melons.
Sounds weird.
Those things don't fit in shirts well, though.
And neither do they fit in torpedo silos. Because they don't have propellers. Unless you stick a rocket in it, then it becomes a bomb.
Excuse me. What game could I play tonight?
Shovel Knight.
I could possibly play Shovel Knight. Actually, what is in my Steam library at the moment? I'm gonna go check once I log in.
Normie. Everyone should stay logged in to their Steam account.
No, then people
At
bug
all
me
times.
more.
Oh, I see. You added fans on your Steam account,
I
right?
have friends.
No, all his friends are gonna bug him for art too,
Yes,
or to play games, or other shit while he's trying to work.
exactly.
Like, yeah.
But Isn't that the kind of things friends do?
Yes, they bother you at work when you're
Right.
trying to work.
They bother you at work all
yeah,
the
but
time.
that's because they like you.
Eh.
You know, when
Yeah.
people say you annoy the people you love the most.
Mm,
I guess it's not true for everyone, but I know for me it is.
so annoying. I
Lots of
don't
humming
really know.
noises.
Well, it's mostly because I never really sure what I want to play, so.
I know that feel. What kind of games do you have?
I got a ton of random games.
So you have the Rocket Fist.
Rocket Fist? No, I don't have that. I've been playing East 7 recently. Because East 8 is coming out in a few days. I've been playing Blaze Blue, but I'm not really good enough to play that on camera yet.
You don't want to embarrass yourself?
Nope.
All I heard
That and
was
fucking
the-
9 the Phantom's fucking broken as shit. She's
Oh,
only-
you're...
she's less broken if someone human's playing her, but she's broken as hell if the fucking AI is using her.
Which character again?
9.
Oh, is that the one with the blade things?
No, that
Am I-
you think of New. No, not 9 the Phantom. She's the witch
Oh, the one with the.
with the elemental thing.
It's
Yeah,
been a
okay.
while since I played it.
Her main problem is that one, she is a top tier character within the fighting game community because of how her mechanics are. She's not as much of a problem if someone human is playing her, because you can at least deal with human reactions and bait them to do things. But dealing with her in the goddamn AI is fucking unforgiving. Only because you have to wait for her to come to you instead of you going to her, because every time you go to her, she basically makes you run into her fist. Because her attacks have like the range of half the screen,
Wow.
like all her basic attacks.
It's just like Dark Souls.
And the thing,
joking.
the other thing is that she can, attack forward or do like an anti-air attack. So it's like, since you're dealing with the computer with the reaction of a computer, when they see you're in the air, they're going to hit you in the air. If they see you on the ground, they're going to hit you on the ground. It's not much of a problem if you're fighting a human with that, because you can at least trick them into doing something to let you get inside.
Plus, I imagine with a computer, no matter how much you try to hide it, they still, I presume, can detect what buttons you're pressing. Where a
Yes.
human,
Exactly.
they can't see what you're pressing unless they're looking at your controller. But they're looking.
You
at the
can
screen.
at least read what a human's doing on the other end of a monitor. You get a feel for their tactics. But computers don't really have.
Yeah, they register your actions a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Remember Chameleon?
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was retarded.
That was the point.
I know.
Chameleon, best AI.
But
Oh crap! You're attacking dodge.
But I can probably like do more of the arcade mode on camera. Yeah. Won't be fighting people online, but I don't think I'm good enough yet to tackle that. that challenge.
Now, all I've heard of Blaze Blue was from someone in a Discord chat complaining how terrible it is to play puppet characters.
Puppet characters, you can be godlike if you're playing a puppet character. And by
Puppet Master OP.
yeah, but the problem is that the only good one is Carl. Because Carl, you actually have to learn how to play 2 characters with 1 controller. But if you can do that, you get really good. Because it's like fighting 2 people when the game's only made for 1 person. It's just that it's really hard to do. But I've been trying to relearn Taokaka and Tager. And I have a harder time with Tager because of circle motions. But yeah, after I get done with these flats, I'll probably put on some Blaze Blue. Then yeah, you guys can see my awful fighting game skills, yeah. Especially since I'll be using my fight stick. Yeah. Yeah, you sound excited, aren't you? Totally. Yeah.
And it's kind of funny looking at Tumblr reblogs at times, like, oh, so and so retweeted this from this, and some of the web pages it goes to, it's like, why is it at that page?
Don't worry about it.
Too late, worried.
How do I get not worried about it? It's too late, you can't.
Discord was lagging hard.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. I figured that it was on my end because on the stream I could hear you fine.
Oh.
I kind of wish I said something because it would have been funny. I would have heard myself on the stream. The stream.
Yep. What is what?
Lethal League Blaze. Yep, it's Lethal League with Zenith graphics. I'm going to screen it. Somebody about this.
Hmm.
More characters, game modes, updated graphics.
More bells and whistles.
Ooh. And Doombox will be a playable character.
Mm-hmm.
Neat.
Shit. Wrong layer. Okay, good.
I find your Fox Girl character to be pretty cute.
Becky? Yeah. Isn't she adorable?
Yeah.
You know the running gag with her?
Nope.
In all the pictures I have created with her, she has yet to talk.
She never talked.
She never talked. She's not mute. It's
She
just
just doesn't feel like it.
more like she hasn't had the chance to.
Oh.
As you can see in this picture, Linda, the mouse girl, has taken her mic.
Oh. So that's why she's
Oh.
making that face.
Yeah.
It's clever.
Gotta keep the joke going. Don't let it end.
I know it's pretty unrelated, but yesterday I broke my toe.
Oh,
Uh,
good
Oh.
job.
because well, it's not broke, but I just don't know the word for you know,
Sprained?
when the sprained. I sprained my toe.
Mm-hmm. Ow.
And in the most stupid way possible, because
On a piece of bread?
no, I was on my way to wash my plate because I made food, and on my way to the kitchen sink, I slipped on a bounce sheet.
Oh.
Yeah, the kind of sheet you would use to
Yeah.
remove the static and
A
humidity.
dryer sheet.
Yeah, dryer sheet. I slipped on it and I didn't fall. I instead tried to stabilize myself with my other feet.
Your toe
But-
took the fall.
Yeah, cause it was curled, and not curled, but you know, when you close your
Yeah.
toes, it was like this when I slammed my foot on the ground to stabilize myself.
Why are you hurting yourself?
Cause I
Cause I can.
I wanna ask a quick question.
Sure.
Um, I'm not sure if I should, but it's a habit of mine to ask.
Go ahead.
Has it ever happened at some point that have you ever drawn, not say fork,
Oh, what?
at one point? Not say fork.
Mm,
You don't need to answer if you don't feel like it.
I don't quite understand what you're asking. What? I don't know.
Like nudity.
Oh, I've done nudes. I don't really do nudes much for people, but I draw a lot of naked people for anatomy purposes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand. It helps.
With the expansion stuff, I try my best to keep it covered, but if it goes to a certain if it's too much for what I do, I just kind of, let it go bare breast and, fuck it. Couldn't think of a way to cover
Yeah.
it up.
Yeah, sometimes it's a bit more complicated than
I find it to be a
than
challenge.
supposed to be.
I find it to be an interesting challenge.
Yeah, searching for clever ways to censor.
Yeah. It adds
Well,
more
that's
charm to the
part of it.
picture.
Yeah, that's part of it.
Just saying, I kind of expected you to say that
Uh-huh.
that you drew, nudity because of the way your art style is.
Mm-hmm.
I could already tell.
Yep.
Because most of the a good amount of the artists I've talked to who did artworks like these, where the characters are wearing skimpy outfits or generally sexy stuff,
Mm-hmm.
they can't lie about it.
Mhm. Well, I like girls to be cute, so I try to draw my girls cute.
Yeah.
But I try to make the outfits cute, and I try to gear towards a cute outfit rather than a sexy outfit, because...
Yeah, well, it works in both ways. It's the way you do those. The outfit seems to be a perfect match of both,
Yep.
without being too obvious about it.
Right. I have a thing about outfits that are supposed to be overly sexy because they tend to look really weird to me. Or
Yeah.
pointless.
I've seen some where I was like, they were better off wearing nothing at all.
Exactly.
At that point, it's just skimpy for the sake of it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Meanwhile, the outfit on your fox girl is like the kind of outfit you would normally see on on a girl in a hot summer day.
Something realistic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the way normal, everyday girls look if they have the right body to fit it.
I hope Dion was able to get the tablet to work.
Me too. Get her to do work again. Make her work more. So she can make money again.
Money is
Work.
always nice to make.
Yep.
Money is necessary to make a living.
Mm-hmm. Money. Money.
Loads of money.
Loads
Large of
dosh.
money.
Is
I kind of wish they were. Killing Floor 2 was more like the first one.
Hmm.
I wanted to try that game, but with my internet, no.
It's a fun
Yeah.
game, but I find it gets boring kind of fast.
Single player or with other players?
In general.
Yeah, it depends really. When I feel like having a fun time, it's more plug and play kind of game.
Mhm. I mean, there's
Where you
lots
just-
of people there that, you know, are really obsessive about it, but those kind of games I find to be, they tend to get too boring too fast for me. It's a good game, but I don't know. I need more content sometimes instead of just shoot the everything. Sometimes.
And that's the thing is it's different per.
Per person.
Yeah, I mean, like we'll throw in Korean MMOs. Generally, they're very grindy, and that's
Yeah,
what
super
Koreans
grindy.
play. Which, if the combat is good, I don't mind a grind. I actually grew up,
Oh yeah.
unquote, on Korean games, so grinding doesn't. As long as the grind doesn't feel like a grind, you're okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Or you
Then
can
there are
choose how
games
you
like-
grind it.
Guild Wars 2, which is so focused on the grinding, it's just unbearable. At least for me.
Yeah, I
the
played that one
problem,
for a bit.
I liked Guild Wars 2 for a while, until I realized that forming a party was kind of pointless. And then I realized I'm just playing a really multiplayer, single-player experience.
I liked Guild Wars until support was entirely useless at getting my account back.
Heh, heh. Yeah, that'll do it too. Alright.
Like, you see, my account was old enough that it was automatically given the name of my email address as its login name.
Mm-hmm.
So, when I tried to email them from that email to explain that the account with the name of the email I'm emailing from has been stolen, and these are CD keys that I have used on the account, I put them in the email to support to prove it.
Uh-huh.
They said that you are not emailing from the email registered to that account,
Mm-hmm.
despite the name of the account being the email that I'm emailing from.
Uh-huh.
So
Wow.
they can't help
That's...
me, even though I'm trying to explain to them that it was stolen, and that's why the email doesn't match.
Right. Yeah, bots are great.
So I told them whatever, and that's why I didn't buy Guild Wars 2.
Okay. I didn't play Guild Wars 1, so I didn't have that problem.
It's still the same company, so we never know.
Alright.
I know for a fact that sometimes they can be shit at supporting their
Mhm.
own player base.
Okay, I'm gonna play some Blaze Blue arcade mode. So I gotta...
But it
Change.
sucks, because I miss the silly things I used to do in Guild Wars occasionally.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I don't even want to get a new account.
Also, I should stop doing the person